Hi, welcome to the Ocean Oracle reading for 2021. Yes, it's almost here, or it is here, depending on when you're listening. I'm Sue Marty. I am creator of the Ocean Oracle deck, and I would like to thank you for having a listen. So, I am going to start the reading just shuffling the cards, setting intention of what energies we need moving into this year and moving through the year. And generally I do a 3-card spread, do the energies, what got us here, where we are, and how to move forward. So setting that intention and wanting a card to just kind of tell us about what's kind of moved us to starting this next year. And get number 21, Honeysuckle Secrets. That kind of makes me chuckle, considering where we were a year ago and where we are now. Okay, so that's the energy of kind of bringing us into now. So what message or story, there it is, for now. We get Crab, Lateral Thinking. And then what's gonna help us go forward and move forward and complete that energy, those cards. Okay, not getting anything right now, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start and read the story messages for Honeysuckle. So that's number 21. The story: she walked along the beach, deep in her own thoughts, the ocean soothing her soul. There was something she needed to tell a friend, but was fearful of what this secret might do to their relationship. She's not even sure if it was a secret. Were secrets always bad, she wondered? She glanced towards the shrubs and caught sight of a small opening. She cautiously ventured towards it, leaving the familiar beach for this unknown path. She followed it along, lured by the abundant and fragrant honeysuckle growing wild as the path turned and twisted. Was it just a path made by an animal? She continued, now intrigued by where it might take her. After a while, the path opened up into a lush field, wildflowers everywhere. It was like her own secret garden. She smiled and felt serenity encompass her. Secrets were not always bad. They could yield unexpected surprises in unexpected places. The message is, what secrets do you hold? How do you perceive them? You are who you are. Is there a need to hide any of that? What keeps you from your truth? Do secrets set you free or bind you as a prisoner? Disallow secrets to have a hold on you. Are there secrets being kept from you? Allow yourself the freedom and space to venture into and explore your own secret garden. Know you are safe in this journey. Not sure in this deck there could have been a more perfect card to encapsulate 2020 for us and the energy that kind of has propelled us to where we are now. Like this, the secrets and the whole, the whole thing with China, and if they had spoken up sooner, did they keep it a secret or did they just not know? Like there's so much in it, and how it has propelled us down this path I don't think any of us ever could have envisioned for what 2020 was about. And so I kind of like this card because it also, like, is awful. I'm not dismissing how horrible COVID has been, but for a lot of people it has actually allowed a chance to stop, take a breath, go inward, refocus, take time out, get off the hamster wheel, like so many things. And I guess that perspective is easy enough if you have all your daily needs met. Different story if you don't. But there were unexpected surprises in how this all happened. So anyway, that energy kind of shows where we've come from and where we're moving into. And then as the now, like what energy now moving into this year came forward was 26 Crab, Lateral Thinking. And I'm pretty sure I should have had a look at the reading. I recently looked at it, but I should have had another look at what the reading for 2020 was. But this one, I'll read the story in messages, but just straight off the bat, I think my feeling is that it's saying that we still need to employ some lateral thinking, like things aren't going to be straightforward. Don't know if they'll ever be straightforward again. There is no, when we say, I just wish things would get back to normal, I think we're all kind of past the point of even knowing what normal is. So the gift of Crab is to be able to move into that lateral thinking without apology and without shame or remorse is what comes through. So the story, it just wasn't working anymore. The way he was doing it was just not working. He had gone down to the beach to think. His head was full of ideas, different avenues, where to go, what was the best way, which way would work. Thought after thought after thought, round and round and round. He settled himself by a rock pool and stared into the deep blue water, left behind as the tide receded. Movement caught his eye. It was a crab, seemingly trapped in this space. He watched as the crab moved this way and that, trying to get himself out of the pool, back and forth, round and round. Still, the crab could not breach his prison. He watched as the crab stilled itself and then began moving in a different pattern. This allowed him to break free and move off in an entirely new direction, freeing himself from that which had confined him. And the message is, are you being pinched by a situation where your regular thought patterns and your regular mode of doing things is not working? Incorporate lateral thinking and thinking outside the square. Remove yourself from how you usually attack situations, shift your perceptions, try a different tack to help come clear from what keeps you stuck. Again, I feel like this is a perfect card for moving us into 2021 and giving us as I said, I think the gift in the messages of there is no normal. There is, there isn't even going to be necessarily a new normal, because I think things are shifting really fast. But just remembering, like, we are going to have to continue to just think outside the square and see what comes. Like, we have this new, the solstice was big, that energy, the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, like big changes energetically. And we're moving into a new decade. And, it kind of completes the 2000 to 2020 cycle. And the next one is 2020 to 2040. And it has a new kind of feel, because astrologically, that next aspect is in an air sign. We've been in, I think, earth signs. I know enough about astrology to get me into trouble, but not enough to get me out of trouble. I just know that there are big changes, and we do definitely need to look differently at the way we do things and the way that things have been done. And with COVID, with the shutting down of the world, the global pandemic, this is a perfect chance to actually start fresh and start new and just reevaluate and check out the different directions and where you want to go, because we're not going back, and the way forward may be a completely different path than how, like, it could even be that it hasn't opened up yet. It's just keeping that open mind and looking for different ways of doing things. And so that's our energy of now. And I, was shuffling the cards before to kind of get a support card for what energy is going to help us move into that and move through that. And nothing was coming, but I think we kind of needed to look at those first two cards of the energy of how we got to where we are, which was those secrets, and how we're going to best get through 2021. and that's the lateral thinking. And what's going to support us in that, moving us into the future, is 35 sea glass transformation. Okay. Yep. Let's see what we it just kind of leaves me speechless. So the story. She could not believe the beauty of the sea glass on the sand in front of her. She could not remember having seen so many different shapes and sizes and colors when she walked this way before. How had she not noticed the unique aspects of each piece? She thought of the journey the glass before her had taken, how these pieces were all parts of something else at one time. A bowl, a jar, a bottle, some sort of vessel, and how these vessels had been abandoned or lost or broken, left to the rhythms of nature, broken down over time. And she thought of the forces which had shaped the sea glass in front of her, forces which broke down the original structure by pummeling, pulverizing, caressing into a shape which was softer, translucent, and more adept at change. This glass had certainly rolled with the punches, and look at how the glass had transformed. It was still the same structure, only it wasn't. She found the transformation of something as sharp as a shard of glass, it's okay, Jess, into something as soft, so soft and beautiful to be inspirational. She thought how like sea glass we are. The time and energy taken to bring about such a change was well worth the effort. For the transformed product held such grace and beauty, a gift offered to the world. The message is, oh, what a time. New opportunities are all around you. Have the courage to trust in your growth and transformation. This is a good time to eliminate or transform old patterns to make way for the new. You may feel as though you no longer recognize yourself. Trust your growth. Trust your transformation, that it is taking you in the direction you need to go. The process of transformation can be painful and or difficult, but it is always for your greater good. You may be experiencing a rebirth of sorts. Celebrate the process and enjoy the magic of transformative times. Yep, really couldn't have picked that one any better either. So, and we have a thunderstorm brewing, and so one of my dogs is a little freaked out by it. So she's over here going, I've had enough of transformative times. I don't need another thunderstorm to help. Okay, so back to that. The transformation is what's going to help us move into this next year and through this next year. And it's perfect. Like, we are set up perfectly for leaving behind what no longer works, what no longer serves, thinking outside the square, and transforming into what it is we are here to do and what it is we are here to offer and to be. And yeah, and it's almost like this transformation card is like we've been through this hard spell of being pummeled and pulverized and thrown about and reshaped and broken down and transformed completely. And we will come out of this. We will be transformed. We are in the process of transformation, and it feels like this energy is going to continue through this year. But there's, light at the end of the tunnel. And we've just come to, in the Northern Hemisphere, that longest day of the year, Southern Hemisphere, longest night and longest day. And so we're kind of turning a corner, like everyone's turning a corner, and that's very metaphorical for probably where we are in this cycle with the coronavirus and what 2021 can offer us as we come through the other side. So, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with this reading. It gives me, not hope, because I actually have a lot of hope, but confirmation, I think, of like all of what we've gone through will not be for naught. It is changing us in ways that will help us transform, as I said, into who we're meant to be and why we're here now. And if we are here now, there's a reason why we are here now. So again, thank you for tuning in. I realize, I think that this camera has mirrored, so everything is back to front as you're viewing it, but I will post this, this goes up on YouTube, post it on Facebook, and also the cards, and I'll see how I go with writing up a little bit of what I've just spoken about and put that also on the website, on the, well, it's still called the weekly reading, even though it's kind of more monthly, but it'll all be there with links on Facebook and YouTube. So thank you for listening. Thanks for tuning in. I wish you all the best for navigating the end of this crazy year and moving into a new year, which hopefully will have a lot to offer you. Stay safe, stay healthy, be kind, and we will catch you in February.